Now from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I'm Cody Johnson with news from around the Columbia Basin for Monday, March 25th. Tonight we report on a judge's decision to keep the trial of convicted murderer Evan Savoy here in Grant County, and hear how Quincy is drawing the line between kids and alcohol. We'll take a look at the results of the 2013 Miss Moses Lake pageant and learn how Bremerton police used images from a red light camera to investigate a murder. In sports, we'll hear how the Moses Lake High School Mola Hyettes did at the WIAA Drill and Dance Championship in Yakima on Saturday. Spoiler alert there, they did very well. Our spotlight story tonight is about a wounded veteran who turned actor to help young medics prepare for their own deployments. We also have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. First up, an 8-year-old Ephrata boy was killed and 3 other people injured Saturday in a collision on State Route 17, about 8 miles north of Moses Lake. Daniel Vasquez Lopez was riding in a Toyota 4Runner driven by 50-year-old Teresa Vasquez Lopez. The Washington State Patrol says she was driving north on State Route 17 at about 6:30 p.m. when the 4Runner left the road to the right and overcorrected, colliding with a southbound Toyota Highlander. The boy was reportedly not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced dead at the scene. Teresa Vasquez Lopez was airlifted away from the scene with serious injuries. The occupants of the Highlander, Danny and Tamara O'Neill of Othello, were transported to Samaritan Hospital. For more on this developing story, you can visit our website at iFIBER1.com. Convicted murderer Evan Savoy's trial is staying in Grant County, at least for now. Visiting Douglas County Superior Court Judge John Hodgkins ruled last week that it's too early to determine whether potential jurors may have been influenced by news coverage of the case. The 22-year-old Savoy is charged with first-degree murder for the 2003 death of 13-year-old Craig Sorger in Ephrata. Savoy is getting a second trial after the Washington State Court of Appeals overturned his jury conviction in 2011, which had him serving 26 years in prison. Hotchkiss said on Friday that whether or not a change of venue is needed for this new trial is a decision that may have to wait until jury selection. Dozens of people donned their gloves and brought trash bags to the shores of Moses Lake on Saturday. Cameron Probert was there for the annual cleanup day and brought back this story.
About 100 people got together Saturday morning to help make Moses Lake shore cleaner. Participants grabbed a donut and coffee before taking a map and some plastic bags to one of 7 public areas during the Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District's annual lakeshore cleanup. District Director Ron Covey was on hand to help serve participants at the Moses Lake Fire Station.
You know, we consider the body of water to be a real tourist attraction as well as a recreational facility for the local people in the community. And just ask yourself, would you want to go down to the lake and use it if you saw garbage strewn everywhere?
The event attracted a wide range of people, including service clubs, National Guard members, and Job Corps members. Corian Nelson was one of the Job Corps students attending the event.
I feel that kids and other people need to have a clean, safe place to play.
Members of the Moses Lake Rotary Club went to DePel Park to pick up litter along the shore. Member Dick Meyer said the project is a multi-year effort for the club.
It's easier and easier every year. We've gotten a lot of it out of here.
During the years, the club, along with the district, cleared brush from lakeside and removed other trash, including pallets, cardboard, and other less savory items.
Well, there's a lot of people will take pallets and put it in the lake to stand on to fish. So we find pallets down along the shore. There's some spots down there where there's some heavy brush where we get homeless camps. I mean, I picked up some pants and shirt and stuff down in there, and then you got to be careful. There's jugs filled with urine, and it's filthy.
Meyer says it's important to keep the community clean.
Nepal Trail here is a nice trail. It's a nice area to walk and ride your bike. We try to keep it cleaned up.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Thanks, Cameron. In Northwest News, state lawmakers are still considering allowing images from red light cameras to be used in investigations beyond red light infractions. But Bremerton police have already done it while working on one high-profile case. The Kitsap Sun reports that Bremerton police used images taken by a red light camera during a 2011 stabbing investigation. In 2005, the legislature gave cities and counties the option of using traffic enforcement cameras, but the law says images from the cameras can only be used to enforce red light, railroad crossing, and school speed zone violations. Proponents of a bill expanding that use say images captured by these cameras can help police during criminal investigations. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center, and we've got sports and more news on the way.